Welcome everyone to another exciting episode of City Skylines Appletown, a new beginning. Where did we leave off last time? Well, you can see that we built some bike paths, and we are now in episode 4 already. Can you believe it? 4 episodes in, and I need to work on some more specific goals. But I've been having some recording issues, I have to admit, and I'm having to do a voiceover here, so if the mouse clicks don't quite line up, you know why. Had a great microphone, but a mono situation that I can't quite figure out. And so now, I guess, we just do the re-record using the built-in microphone, which is kind of tinny. I realize that. Apologies for that. As we straighten out and improve the equipment, Appletown will just have to be like this. The first thing, and I mentioned this in the last episode, that I was going to fix this because I was not thinking very well during episode 3. So I need to fix not only this bridge, which was kind of cockeyed on the angle, but I also needed to fix the fact that I did not have a proper exit to go eastbound on the highway. So that's what I'm doing here. Now to fix this ramp, so we have an entrance to eastbound on the interstate, and take this ramp down a bit and then get the ramp going, exit going, and this is a little messed up, but slowly but surely we'll fix it all. Alright, we were able to put in a little beautification here last time. And now we're going to place a few parks over here in this relatively new area. Okay, let's talk about the plan for today. Alright, we have this main access here that gets a little congested, and it feeds the industrial area over here on the right, even though that's fed by that intersection there that we put in. But it mostly feeds this industrial area. So we want to work on access to that today. Okay, next we need to get a new tile, and that'll help us in building a new road system over there. And what do we have to do? We have to get to 44,000 to get another area and some other goodies there. So what I want to do is work on this area here, access to this area, and this area here, an alternate access to this. Alright, fix just a little thing here to give access on the other side of this little community here. Build these roads. And yeah, it could be a little bit more exacting. I'm kind of using a straight tool when I shouldn't be. Alright, there are 2 main roads here inside this industrial area. Alright, so now I'm just going to work along, maybe in silent mode a little bit, speed it up a little bit, to try to fix some things over here and prepare for alternate access. Okay, so far what we've done is essentially connect this area to this industrial area, and we'll start seeing traffic flow pretty quickly, I would say. I'm going to start the simulation. And this is a little wonky down here. Not exactly sure this will work as we move forward. I don't know how heavy the traffic is, and having this double-sided left turn over here on the right-hand side, and see some traffic starting to come through this. But this really does, I mean, already it opens it up for some traffic between the two industrial areas. Okay, now we need to figure out how to connect this highway, these two highways together, cut down on some of that traffic going to the next intersection to get into the areas. All right, now let's work on improving this with some feeder roads. I like the use of the feeder roads next to these highways. It helps on that congestion on the highway. Frontage roads, feeder roads, whatever we call them. I'm no traffic engineer, so forgive me if I violate terminology, official traffic terminology. All right, get this little loop. I actually like the way this turned out, and we're not done yet, but I feel like it's not a bad thing. A little beautification here, and quickly get through this a little quicker than full or normal speed, and work on that. And now let's work on this other quadrant. That darn snap to of road guidelines. Annoying. Okay. Okay, a little ADD kicks in here. Got to build an incinerator and start emptying that landfill. Start getting rid of that so we can improve that area. Putting in a ramp here to access this westbound frontage road. It's a good idea. And analyzing traffic a little bit, I think getting rid of the access here is good. They can use alternate routes, and we'll work on that in a bit. Okay. Analyzing a little bit about this, seems like some flow is working, but if we go down here, these guys have access to go to the other industrial area that direction, but they probably won't use it because they use the original route that they've always used because it's shorter. Looking at traffic here, 74-75% flow. We definitely need to work on it, and that is part of this whole overall project to improve traffic flow, because we get, look at that backup going eastbound. All right, the traffic flow, they're using the new access, but it's not complete yet. But the guys that are over in this area, in the main area, to go westbound, they have to travel up here, come out here to get on the highway going westbound. Actually, to go the other direction too. So that is something we need to solve. Okay, let me put a few finishing touches on this little ramp beautification. Put some trees out there, randomly place a couple. Make that all nice and pretty. We need to run over here and start finishing the cloverleaf intersection between these two highways. In hindsight, I could do this a little differently, but it's all right. You know, you can always, the nice thing is you can go back and fix and change as you wish. All right, let's get the last of the cloverleafs completed. Really cut off with this really sharp turn. Really cut things off so it just makes for a really not so great last cloverleaf here. So I need to work on it a bit. It's funny how you lay things down and you say, oh my gosh, in real life we would never do anything quite like that, so gotta fix this. A lot of traffic immediately started flowing there, so there is a definite demand present. Just get this right on the angles and the distance with the being scrunched up, and it doesn't look very pretty just because of how scrunched it is. Okay, working on the direct ramps to finish off this cloverleaf first. Need to go back to the others and do this what will turn out to be straight ramps on the other ones. This one's a little cockeyed, but it's so scrunched up. All right, next we're going to force them to use a different route than this main route that they've been using. Cut that off. And they can't, now they can no longer get into that industrial area to the north there. Take that all away. And we need to finish up our work on the cloverleaf. Because you can see right now we've got quite a backup on the cloverleaf up there. And we're going to let that run a little bit to even out the traffic. Some of these guys will have incomplete routes or have to really travel around to get to their destinations, but that'll be okay. Speed things up a little bit. And like I said, work on the cloverleaf here and traffic flow. Do the 4-lane thing out a ways. And start doing the access to make it a complete intersection. And that will get rid of that stuff going on up there where they're having to loop around. They get off and then direct access here, try to make that close to a 45. And you can tell things are shaping up. And a little bit of access onto the westbound. And down here, checking some traffic lights to keep the flow going there, because all of your traffic is now coming that way, which we'll deal with in the next episode. Now I'm going to work a little bit, as before we close the episode, work on a little beautification here around the cloverleafs. This new intersection. Make it a little bit prettier, but I definitely need to get a tree brush. Definitely need to do that. these last few trees in, and make the place a nice, appealing, pretty venture for these Sims to drive through. Finish up this few more trees. Improve this road here. Of course, that one can't put one in yet. A little backup right up there. Gonna deal with that at some point here. Alright, well, we're gonna wrap things up here. Next episode, we're gonna work on this industrial demand that we have, and then this highway here, change it up a little bit for connection now that we have the other access completed to that area. Well, until next time, thanks for watching, and leave a comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in episode 5 of Appletown, A New Beginning.